What is going on, everybody? How are we all doing? And welcome back today to episode 31 now of the original Road to Glory on FIFA 17. And today we've got for you what has become a weekly thing now with the first 12 games of this weekend's FUT Champions, reviewing how it went. And today is a little bit different to the last couple because I can actually tell you how I've done when we finish these first 5 clips, because I've finished all the games, I've played all 40, and we can see exactly how we've got on. But if you do enjoy this episode, as always lads, smash a massive thumbs up on the video, always hugely appreciated. And don't forget, if this is your first time to the channel, click that subscribe button down below, become a part of the Nidge Nation. But as you can see in the background now, the first 5 games, it's always a period where I struggle. I should also point out, actually, I forgot to start recording, so you missed the first game of the weekend, which actually lost 3-0, I think. I know I got absolutely tonked in that first game. It always takes me a long time to get going into the rhythm. You've just seen the second game of the campaign, if you like, and we win that one 3-1. And I always seem to get between 2 and 3 wins out of the first 5 games, and this weekend was no exception whatsoever. Of course, this weekend has been a full Premier League team that has been required. The same team that we used last weekend and the weekend before is the one we got in action. We did actually start off with Kelechi Iheanacho up front. If you remember, I showed you all this in the last episode. If you did miss that one, be sure to go and check that out. I'll put a link in the top right hand corner of your screen right now. You can see the team that we built, how we're getting on the SPC, the Suarez SPC, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we tried out Iheanacho because I wanted to use a left-footed striker at left striker because, of course, you've got the low-driven shots that are so effective this year. I've used Daniel Sturridge in the past and been very with him. I can never decide if I really like Daniel Sturridge or if I don't think he's very good at all. But Iheanacho started off okay, but he missed a couple of chances where I thought if there was a better quality striker there, that could have been a goal. And that could be the difference between a win and a loss in the FUT Champions. So I decided in the end to actually sell Iheanacho, which you'll see in a second, after playing, I think I played 3 games with him, and I was like, you know what, we'll try someone else. And I decided to go back to Daniel Sturridge, give him another go, because although I have tried him before, I've never used him as a left striker. I've always used him as a lone striker, and the one thing that puts me off is his weak foot. And I felt like if you played him at left striker, that would neutralise that to some extent, because obviously for the majority of the time he's going to be on his left foot, and it was a decision that I'm extremely happy that I made, because when we did bring him into the team, you'll see his first game in the starting 11. It's the last match of these 5 games, I think. He's been absolutely outstanding for me. It's a shame we can't use him next week, because of course next week's FUT Champions is going to be La Liga and Bundesliga only. We've already built a team for that, which I'll show you at the end of the episode. But yeah, it was a bit of a shame that we can't use him, because he did so well for me. I think in the 35 games he played, something like that, he came away with 29 goals and 10 assists, which is an absolutely fantastic return. You can see we get pipped in that game 3-2, a very close game. A bit of a shame that we lost it because of the way we lost it. We conceded a couple of really daft goals, and that's always... I don't know about you guys, but when I'm playing FUT Champions in the weekend league, I have to tell myself not to do stupid things when I'm playing. And I know that might sound stupid, but I find myself saying like, okay, Niall, don't pass it there. Make sure you don't pull the defender out of the centre-back. Is something that I do really often, which I shouldn't do, you know. Don't pull your centre-back out. Make sure to play calm. Make sure to keep the ball well. All that stuff I don't do naturally, and I find I have to tell myself all the time. But as soon as I do get into the rhythm of that, that is when I do well in this game. And I think that's why I always start off a bit slow and then get better as the weekend progresses. I don't know if it's the opponents that we're playing on a different day necessarily. I just think it's that I find myself getting into the rhythm a bit more. You can see that game there, we got absolutely smashed 4-0 completely. However, when you look at the stats, we had a lot more shots than him, so clearly we were not very clinical in that much whatsoever. And I think, in my mind now, remembering back, that's probably what pushed me on really to sell Iheanacho and bring in Sturridge instead, because we'd had a game like that where I felt like we should have won. We had chances, we didn't take the chances, and we needed to get in someone a little bit more clinical, which is, like I say, why we did bring in Daniel Sturridge. I'll tell you now, in the first 6 games that we played, we won 3 out of the 6, which is the 50-50 ratio. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know after 16 games, we won 8 and lost 8, so we were staying on that sort of course for 20 wins. However, in the rest of the games, I think I went ahead and played, well, at one point, I won 17 and lost 4, which is an absolutely incredible return. And as you can already guess from the title of the video, I think it's going to be titled something like our best ever finish in the weekend league. We actually went ahead and hit 25 wins and gold one for the first time. And in fact, it's the second time I've only ever hit it personally. I've only ever done it once before, which was with a much better squad than we used here, which was on the main account. This is the first time that we've hit it on the road to glory. And I mentioned it last week on this sort of segment, if you like, where we were playing the first 5 games. We are getting better and better and getting more consistent every single week. When I first started FUT Champions on this account, I felt like it was a bit of a struggle to hit 18. I'd hit it, but it come down to sort of the last 5 or 6 games as to whether I was going to hit it or not. And since then, we got better. I hit 24 last week, I hit 24 the week before that, just 1 win shy of 25. And this week we've hit 25, which is absolutely fantastic because firstly it shows we're being consistent, and secondly it shows that we're getting better and better and better. And I think we could push for Elite Monthly next month if we were to do this again, to do the same as we have done this week, because it was the first week that let us down where I think we got 21 wins unfortunately. But I'm still extremely happy with how we're doing. You can see the first 5 games we've got now, the first 6, because like I said, I missed the first one. There's going to be some SBCs being completed in the background now. I think this one was called Playing Abroad. I managed to do all 4. I decided to go over it because we had 30k in the coffers, and you got 50k back for completing it, and I thought it was worth the gamble. We don't pack anyone of use really, unfortunately. We do get Jimenez, which I think was our best pull, because we can use him in the Atletico Madrid squad, and we do the Suarez SBC when we get to that point, where now, by the way, we've only got the 3 big teams left to do. We've got Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, which are the ones that are going to take some time to save up for, but they're the only ones that we've now got left. We've completed Osasuna, and yeah, it's looking like we're probably going to get that done in a few weeks, maybe a bit quicker depending on how our pack look is, because for getting gold one we do of course get 2 100k packs as well as 50k, which of course we've already built and completed our La Liga team, which you'll see in just a second for this week upcoming. But I am just so happy that we've been able to hit gold one. That's the main thing I want to touch on in this video really. I think we're getting better, we're getting more consistent, and I'm just hoping we can continue that on with the next team that we're going to be using in the La Liga Bundesliga weekend. So hopefully we can keep on doing that. I always ask this, let me know how you got on in this week so we can leak what team you used. Of course it was Premier League only. I think I must have seen about 40 Cantos and 40 Chris Smallings, but like I said, we did manage to do well in the end. You've seen in the background now the final 2 packs from the SBCs, which were one's a 50k pack. I can't remember what the other pack was, but they weren't treating us too well. In the first one, you can see we managed to pull ourselves a Chorluka. I think we might have even got Chorluka in our weekly rewards a couple of weeks back now, and that's another thing, man. Our weekly rewards have been absolutely shocking of late, so I'm hoping that now we've got the 2 100k packs to open, that I can improve and get a little bit better. You can see that's the 50k pack that I've opened up right there. And we managed to pull ourselves a Loic Perrin, which is nothing to write home about whatsoever. We do sell everyone to get as many coins back into the club as possible to help us build the team that you're going to see in just a second. But again, really happy with the week. You'll see actually in a second, I'll show you the records of all the players, or some of the main players from the weekend league just gone, because like I said, Sturridge did excellent. There's good contributions from Firmino, because actually the team that you saw me start off with, we ended up changing to Ike and Nacho, and then Firmino ended up coming in for Eriksen for the majority of the games, who did a lot better. And it's just fantastic to see these players like Firmino do so well against teams that are just far superior on paper when you're coming up against them. But I'm going to show you now the team that we're going to be using in the Bundesliga La Liga one next week. I'm going to show you this live actually. I've actually tried to do a team that contributes firstly by being a good team to use, and secondly having players that we can then put into the Suarez SBC afterwards. So we've got Keylor Navas, who we can use for Real Madrid obviously, Chumalinas, we've got Untradeable Varane, who we can also use. I decided to invest in his Hervedez. I love his regular card, so as soon as I saw he got a man of the match and he wasn't going for too many coins at all, I thought we'd give him a go. We paid 27,000 coins. I don't know whether that's going to be a good buy or not right now. It's a very good buy. It's going for about 32k, but whether that holds over the next couple of days, we'll have to wait and see. Peace check at right back, we've got Untradeable. We've got Goretzka, I'm deciding to use over Renato Sanchez because I just love him. Gunabogi, we all know I love. We've got Untradeable second inform Bora here we can use again. We bought in the Draxler from Wolfsburg, who cost us about 4,800 coins, which was pretty cool. And then we bought in Benzema, and we're going to be trying out Coman at striker. So hopefully that team can do the business for us. But that is going to end up this episode of The Road to Glory, lads. Like I said at the start, leave a big thumbs up if you did enjoy, and I will speak to you in the next episode. Nidge out.
Yo, he's Nidge, plays with big games and player reviews looking insane. He entertains while he elevates, his video quality resonates. On career mode, he got lots of vids uploading off and he's rocking it. He's got the confidence in all his commentaries. Videos range, they often vary. Got need for speed and a road to glory. Just watching vids and you know the story. The content is underrated, I'm understating, so don't ignore the like and subscribe.